to getting down in the squad. Shoot straight, no filter, no facade. Pumping out raw content, no applause. Talking takedowns and body slams galore. Living and breathing the wrestling law. Dissect the action, they settle the score. Rob and Chris, the podcast hardcore. From legends of old to the young up-and-comers, they analyze every move, uncover the numbers, the passion they bring. It ain't no wonder. WrestleShoot podcast, I'm thunderous thunder.
We're a couple of rockers. That's right here on motherfucking WrestleShoot. What's up, y'all? I'm Rob Wild. Of course, that's the lovely and talented, the multifaceted, the one who rocks the fedora like nobody's business, Chris fucking Casanova.
Thank you.
So, before we get on with this thing tonight, let's hear from our sponsors over at Affordable Dumpster Rental, shall we?
Sure.
Thanks for calling Affordable Dumpster Rental. This is Steve. How can I help you today?
Well, that was a fast answer. Hi, Steve. So long story short, I'm getting ready to put my home in the market. I have 20 years of junk I need to get rid of as soon as possible. Can I get a quote, please?
I would be happy to help you. Let's find you the perfect dumpster for your project.
That was so easy, Steve. A huge load off my mind. I honestly thought renting a dumpster would cost a lot more money. I'm so glad I called Affordable Dumpster Rental. 5 stars to you, Steve.
5 stars to Affordable Dumpster Rental, actually. Due to the fact that we work with so many customers all across the country, we are able to offer discounted professional contractors rates to everybody, every day. Thanks again for calling. We'll talk to you soon.
That's right. Renting a dumpster is never any fun. It's never an easy task, but it's a necessary evil. Call the folks over at Affordable Dumpster Rental. They'll make it a lot easier on you. Isn't that right, Cass?
Yes, it should be fucking easy. Come on now.
So what are we getting into today?
Oh, man, we are talking about, drugs, addiction, dope, alcohol, wrestlers.
Wrestlers, dope, and rock and roll, baby. You know, Chris,
it's a great
before
recipe.
we get into all that, though, there's 2 things I want to throw out real quick.
2 things?
Yeah, the first one is, you remember yesterday on Ghosted, we started getting submissions for the AI video thing that we've been encouraging viewers to do, right?
Right.
So we got another submission in today.
Oh, well, perfect.
And,
beautiful.
I kind of gave it a glance. I didn't really watch the whole thing, but we're going to play that here in just a second. But before we get into that, you had your cute little comment earlier about you're going to come pull my fucking dude card, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? Why don't you come fucking pull it? In fact, here it is right here. Here's my dude card right here. Why don't you go ahead and come on and pull it, big shooter?
Well, first of all, I never said I was going to pull any card. I said you lost your man card.
But it's right here.
Is it?
Yeah, right there. There it is. So I don't know what the fuck your beef is, but let me tell you something, Jack. You ain't nobody. You don't get to be the judge and the jury. And fuck you.
Don't say jelly to me, then. Don't short words like jelly or for jealous. Come on, dude.
I'll do what the fuck I want to do. I was trying to work. I still placate you, sweetheart, so you didn't get yourself all buttered. You know, I'll tell you what, okay. Chris. On that note, this video is for you, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
Wake up in the morning and you brush your teeth. And Casanova takes it in the butt.
That's right.
Get yourself dressed and put your shoes on your feet. Casanova takes it in the butt.
What the hell?
Have some breakfast. Go to work. Do your best every day. Smile and laugh so you don't fall in a rut. And Casanova takes it in the butt. Get home at night to your husband or wife. Casanova takes it in the butt.
Oh, yeah.
Have dinner, take a shower, and head to bed. Casanova takes it in the bud. Wake up the next day and do it again. Fill your heart with love and laughter. At least once a day, hear the words that I say. Casanova takes it in the bud.
Oh, yes. Big Finish. Oh, fuck, look at the branding. All right.
Wow. That's a great video. I like it.
Yeah, that comes from Lisa right here in Tampa. Casanova takes it in the butt, and that's pretty much how I feel when you think you're going to pull my guy card.
I'm not going to pull your card. You lost it, like I said.
No, I didn't. It's right here. I have it right in front of me.
Show me again.
You piece of shit.
Show me again.
Holy fuck. Austin, my dude, what is going on, man?
Long time no see.
Yeah, that's an old school guy coming back. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. This has got to be New Doug, right?
Probably.
Yeah. Holy shit.
I like New Doug.
I like New Doug too, but I love Doug. I love Doug Damien. I like New Doug, but I don't think he's the result of anything good, brother.
I think old Doug is kind of falling off the deep end a little bit, based on.
I think he stabbed himself in the fucking eyeball too many times, punctured his brain.
But whatever the case, he's losing it, man. It clearly showed yesterday on the show.
Well, I mean, I guess in his defense, he's not losing it. Like when we were teenagers, I used to practice hitting him with my car in goddamn public parking lots.
So he lost it. He lost it years ago. That's what you're saying.
I don't think he ever really had it.
So it's your fault.
Doing the YouTube thing now. Hope that's working out for you, brother. It's good to see you again. Thanks for hanging out with us.
So it's your fault then.
No. Doug was fucked before me. It's just our two particular brands of stupid and crazy came together and really multiplied. It was bad. Yeah. So
it still sounds fun to blame you, though.
Sure. Let's get into it.
I love that Dodge Slide. Sure.
Whatever. So, like, drugs, alcohol, and any kind of entertainment has always really been a very hand-in-hand thing. Now, for, like, musicians, movie stars, things like that, you know, the party culture is really a culture. It was just what they did because they could, right? No real consequence. They could afford it.
Right.
But wrestling, it's a different beast, right?
I don't know necessarily agree with that. I think it falls in line with all entertainment, really. It's because pro wrestling's entertainment, right? They're entertaining people, and it's a drive, man. It's a grind. I mean, you're going 5-6 days a week, sometimes on the road, and you're going. I'm not trying to say, I'm not trying to make excuses, but I mean, God, they got to do something for the pain, and sometimes, but then it makes
that's kind of the point, though. Is like a rock star, a movie star is not going to feel the same pains as an independent wrestler.
Sure, they will. Isolation.
I just can't imagine a movie screen biting you like a ring does.
So, okay, isolation. Okay, so basically, you're out there. You're a musician. You're that person on stage, right? You have to be that person, and then basically, you're hiding from fans, trying to go from one town to the next town. It's a different kind of pain, I think, or a different type of isolation.
It depends on who you are and how you're hiding, I suppose. I think wrestlers, at least not now, back in like our generation and before,
especially before,
we hid from the fans, right? We had to exercise that kayfabe all the time.
Just like a musician in some ways, they have to fucking hide. It's a different type of pain, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know, back in the older generations, like the DeMarco era, and maybe up to God, maybe even up to the beginning of our era, it's almost like, okay, so like, what are you gonna do? You get guys like, give me a beef show, Paul Roma, right? So you know Paul Roma's getting up at 5 in the morning every single day, and he's hitting the gym, right? That's his first thing.
Of course.
But
Yeah.
Roma's not popping out of bed and just going straight to the gym, right? He's popping out of bed. He's taking some of his gimmicks to wake you up a little bit. He's drinking the coffee, he's drinking the soda, he's popping the gimmicks, he's getting that ephedrine going through his body.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Then he's gonna go power load on his carbs. Then he's gonna hit the gym while still early enough that he can work out. And like you said, stay kind of hidden, not get mobbed
And
by
sometimes
everybody else in the gym. But then
some
what
people,
happens?
yeah, they would skip the meals. They would just go right straight to the ephedrine and get yourself all jacked up, go hit the fucking gym, then go eat a fucking crazy ass meal and then fucking hit the road, dude. You're
Yeah.
like, okay, I gotta get on the road or start for show. And you're like all day.
But then when you get like you're done with that workout, right? Then you go and you eat. So your body's kind of starting to relax after you just put it through an intense session of the gym. Now your body's wanting to wind down. You're ready for a fucking nap at this point. If it's noon and
Yeah.
you got up at 5 in the morning, you're ready for a nap, but you can't take a nap. Because like you said, get to the next town. So what are they doing? A little more ephedrine, a little bump here, a little bump there, drinking the 5-hour energies. They're hauling ass to the next fucking town.
Yeah.
And we know how stiff your body gets when you're in a car after a match, right? You're like, holy shit. So now they're dealing with pain. So to deal with the pain so they can work tonight, although they're on all these uppers, now they're going to throw down a couple of perks.
Yeah. And they need to start going down.
And that's the old schoolers' life. That's just how it was for them. That wasn't even partying for the sake of partying, right? That came end of the night. If you don't have to get in the car and head to the next town, where'd everybody go?
To the bar.
To the bar.
Yep.
Because let's be honest, that's where the real business, even up until you and I walked away, that's where the real business was done, was in the bars and in the cars.
Sure, absolutely. We came up with some of the best angles or best things in our matches or what we're going to do in a bar or in
Yeah.
a car.
Or in a car, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then they would get to the venue, and then they would get to the next night, and they'd fucking have to fucking either fucking take some downers and get maybe 5 hours of sleep, if that, and get up and do it again the next day.
And Casanova takes it in the butt.
Yeah, in between the 5 hours. Yeah. But
that was really a catchy tune. That's what made me want to wear the old cowboy today.
I could see you sitting at home by yourself, listening to that song over and over again, just giggling to death.
I didn't actually listen to the whole thing yet until he played it on the air. I just wanted to get an idea what it was, and I was like, "Oh fuck yes, dude!" So keep them coming, people. You got anything, dude? AI cartoons, photos, songs, any kind of bit, man. Send it over to us. We'll play it on the air. We'll put it on all of our platforms, and we'll fucking rock.
Yeah, send a nice Rob one song in. That'd be great.
No. We can keep it focused on you. There's no reason to do it about me. I'm awesome.
You're awesome. Okay.
So then you got other guys who didn't necessarily work as hard as other guys worked, right? To get those same level of body pains that the other guys were feeling.
Yeah.
But those dudes were partaking in excess because they were trying to cover a different kind of pain, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Jake, prime example of all examples. Jake never wanted to be a wrestler.
No, he did not. In fact, I think he wanted to be a fucking teacher or some shit.
It's like back then, wrestling was for people with head problems, thugs, antisocial types who couldn't get along in the real world, so they worked in wrestling.
Wow, sounds like a carnival almost.
What? No. Wait a minute. I think you may be onto something, buddy.
Some similarities here.
Maybe a couple here and there. Fuck, for Christ's sakes, we even have a language we call Carney.
Wow. Right, yes, Carney. Wow, I haven't spoken Carney forever.
Who needs to in the real world?
They don't even know what it is.
But I'll tell you this: you walk into a locker room now, walk up to a guy of this generation and say, "Hey, Bazika's Arnie," he has no idea what you're saying. You know, huh?
Blank stare. What?
Yeah. You just told me all I need to know. Cool. And I'm not saying the guys nowadays are shittier than the guys back then. I don't think they're necessarily as good as the guys back then. There's a lot of factors that go into that, though.
Anybody can be a pro wrestler now. Anybody can. You don't have to look great or fucking be good. You can just fucking pretty much show up.
No one's going to kick the shit out of you just to see if you really want to be in the business.
No. You get someone that's 130 pounds soaking wet, and they're a wrestler.
And God help those guys if somebody like me, for instance, did want to see if they really wanted to be a wrestler. I've been guilty of that in the past. I admit it. But at least back in the day, there's a pretty good fucking chance they at least knew the basics of how to shoot.
Yeah, or take a bump. How to protect themselves.
I mean, the guys can bump. They're just so sloppy now. Not really so much, I don't think, even in their bumping. Their selling is atrocious, and it's the guys throwing the offense who are the most dangerous anymore.
They move too quick.
Yeah.
They rush. They rush everything.
Like, let's even go back to the days of the Click, right? So even the Click had every aspect you could have of drug abuse going on throughout the Click, right? So you got like Triple H, who was Mr. Straight, didn't really do anything. Then you had old Nash, right? And he did like his particular poisons, but he was very low about it. He was not out there in your face about it. But then you get Rays and you get fucking Michaels and you get Pac, and they were just right up in your fucking face about how they did it. So they all did it for all the reasons as listed. You know, like we know that Waltman and we know that Hall were hiding physical and emotional pain, and they just like to party and be out there in your face about it. So they were kind of the all-encompassing of what makes an addict an addict.
True, and after a while, they enjoy it. They get happiness from it, and then it becomes a normal part of their life.
But see, that's the thing about it that's how you feel in the beginning. But when you move on down the road, you're moving down that line of addiction. You lie to yourself, pretend that you're happy, but you're fucking miserable, and you don't really realize it until not just you've gotten clean, but you've gotten clean. You've had some time. You can look back on your past with more objectivity of what it really was rather than trying to sugarcoat the bullshit. And every addict realizes they were fucking miserable. It's why in recovery there's such a popular term of why not try sobriety for a little bit? Your misery is fully refundable.
Right. But then they and you could probably speak more of this than I can, but as the years and years go on, they're doing more and more. Do you feel that their use is they've doubled their use? Like it gets heavier and heavier?
Fuck. Chris. Towards the end of my run, I was doing 2, 3, 8 balls a day.
Right.
Because my tolerance was built so high.
Sure. It's like anything.
Isn't that what you were asking?
Well, yeah, that was the tolerance, but then also they're trying to still cover up the pain. So the more they take, they're like, okay, the more I take, that pain's eventually going to go away. And so they're escalating it. They're taking more. They're doubling up. I heard Hall talk about it. He said, yeah, it got worse and worse and worse. He goes, it started off great. And then I started getting sad and I hated my life. Then I took more and more. It's like, fuck. It's like a spiral, right?
Because the emotional fucking pain sets in before the physical.
Right.
So once you're starting to sober up, the drugs are still doing their job and you're still feeling no pain at the moment. But Holy shit, dude. And the problem is with these wrestlers is they're doing like an 8 ball of coke, right? And then at the end of the night, they're throwing back a handful of Percocets. Then they're going to the ring. Then they get out of the ring. They, their go home is when they start really feeling like they're peaking. So then they go home, and then they go start drinking and smoking fucking weed all night to finish coming down. Well, essentially, all you're doing is a really long, all day long speedball.
Yeah, jeez, gosh, that's wild, man. They said Hulk was talking about he used to drink beer before you go to the fucking ring.
Yeah, lots of them did back then. I will say, with my life, my drug problems, I never once went to the ring intoxicated. Never once.
Yeah, jeez.
And that says a lot because I've been in the ring with several intoxicated guys. So,
Sure.
to say that you do have addiction problems, but still respected the business and the guys' lives that you were working with enough to not.
Yeah. Well, you're practicing safely, right? You want to keep everybody safe, and you
So
handle.
I knew I was a crowbar. It wasn't like I came at it light, so I had to be right.
Sure, makes sense. God, imagine if you did, man, you'd be fucking some people up.
Yeah. That's no bueno. You can't be doing that.
No, not
I
at
wasn't
all.
a crowbar. I was just snug. I wasn't a crowbar.
Maybe half in between.
I was crowbar to you, but you were a crowbar to me, you twat.
Yeah, I got to reciprocate it back.
Nah, you always came with it first. Mr. Forearm Frenzies.
This guy.
Bink, 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 bink. Fuck!
Dude!
Dude, this isn't even a fucking house show. Back off.
It was more like, dude.
Well, I tried to be calm at first, and dude. And then you just came out real hard, like, how dare you fucking tell me not to? You motherfucker. But I came back, like, I think immediately with that European, right?
You probably did.
Hey, it's a good thing to do. If you got to get a receipt out, just throw it out right the fuck away. Don't stretch it out, man. Then you guys can put it behind you and get back to work.
Yeah, I hate when people do that. Oh, I'm going to hold on to receipts forever.
Yeah, I'll get you back in fucking 3 years in Fresno.
What?
Yeah, you just wait till we're back at the Fresno Dome, buddy. I'm going to get you back then.
Okay, sure.
All right, psycho. I'll see you then, motherfucker. So the real kicker here is how few of these dudes have actually gotten off that poison. Because let's look at the dudes like who are close to us, like Marty. Who's still very much ripping and running. He's still covering up physical, deep-seated emotional pain. Marty is not doing good, and we've been worried about him forever.
Yeah, he's gone downhill. Maybe he just doesn't really want to get better. I don't know. Like I always battle with that, right? It's to a point where because you see people that fucking recover, and I always go to the personal choice, right? Like Butt Bagwell, right? He's recovered 2 years, fucking solid straight. He's like, fucking, she made the choice. He's like, I'm gonna fucking do the work, and he did it. And there's some people that just don't want to do it, and it just at the end of the day, I think it comes down to a personal choice. You made a personal choice.
I did. I also wasn't going anywhere near as long as Marty was. Like for Jake getting clean and me getting clean, it was much harder for Jake to not get clean, but to keep it, right? It was much harder for him than me because he'd been going for so much fucking longer.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about like Marty is we know he can stop. He has stopped. He has maintained sobriety. And whatever the catalyst was, he's been knocked off the wagon more than once.
Yeah, but it's what they did something on him where they said he's his own worst enemy.
Yeah. Look at how much money that was put into this Rockers reunion thing, and he fucked it up.
that's the thing. It's like he goes into a room and there's a right choice and a wrong choice. Marty's going to make the wrong choice, even just in spite. I I truly believe that, or I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but he just seems like to make the wrong choice all the time.
This really diverged into an actual, really diving into addiction conversation. So, the thing about the longer you're addicted, the
Right.
more your brain is rewired. Like it's a gradual thing, but it never stops. Like, for instance, the reward section of your brain, I did something good. I'm going to reward myself.
Right.
Now, this is cocaine specific, but cocaine kind of opens that receptor up and doesn't let it close until you stop using it. Then you give it a couple hours and it shuts off, and your brain tries to get back to normal. But eventually, things that are rewired, you've got to consciously get it back to normal. You've got to do the work. You've got to do the therapy. You've got to let time take its course. Maybe you got to be on some medications for it because
Yeah.
it is a physical rewiring. It's not like your thoughts get all jumbled up and you don't know how to think right anymore. The actual physical reprogramming that happens to you is staggering.
Yeah. 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 I can imagine. But don't you think there's all kinds of addictions everywhere, though? Like I'll go to something simple, food. People are
Yes.
addicted, can be addicted to food, alcohol, anything that stimulates
Let's
you.
see.
Was
Look
that?
what happened, dude. I stopped fucking doing cocaine and I started drinking Pepsi like it was coming out of the fountain of youth. And then I got
Yeah.
diabetes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fucking true, I guess. And well, not guess, it's the truth.
Yeah.
You trade one thing for another thing. Maybe Pepsi's maybe not as extreme, but still an addiction because it's caffeine and sugar.
Yep, that's right. And
Wow.
they say sugar is harder to break than Coke.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Well,
wild.
I mean, technically speaking, if we're talking about like physical recovery, getting clean off Coke and crack, like it's actually proven that there are no physical addiction symptoms to cocaine or crack. That's why when you go into rehab for those two drugs,
Right.
they don't make you go through detox. They just put you right into it. Like, here we go, you're in. You're not going to go through the DTs and the shakes and all that shit unless you've got a psychological issue happening, but it's not physical, so you're not going to detox.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because like alcohol, heroin, like that shit could just kill you dead going cold turkey.
Yeah, cool. So you have to wing yourself off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's not like the old days, like alcoholics, they would a couple times a day go to the counter and get a shot, right? And then like a week later, they get a half a shot. And then they eventually no more. It's not like that anymore. They've got like, here, take this medication to break you from the physical DTs and sleep a lot and eat a lot and really encouraged because, I mean, let's be honest, people who deny the medical end of what addiction actually is are fucking retarded. Like you can't say medicine's wrong, I'm right, this is what it really is.
Well, it's medicine's around for a reason.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. It's like you're an idiot.
Yeah.
For,
I know more than science. You heard? I know more than science.
cool. You barely passed high school and you did terrible in science. So
Actually, I got kicked out of high school.
you could disagree. I'm sorry.
What?
What? Huh?
Eh?
Did that go in here? No.
So yeah, I mean, I just the wrestlers nowadays aren't gonna go down with that legacy of what us and before us are going down for the extreme living and dying young and grisly deaths and deaths that could be prevented. Now they're just a bunch of actors that they all live clean, healthy lifestyles. They go on the road. They've got wellness programs they have to adhere to. They've even got dress codes now for these dudes on TV.
No shit. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a WWE superstar. We expect you to be in a suit out in public. And they get fined if they don't.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Back in the day, tell Bruiser Brody, take off your Gold's Gym t-shirt and put on a tie. He'd probably kill you.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I guess they're training for a new addiction. They're on their fucking iPads and fucking social medias and watching YouTube videos, and that's their new addiction.
Xbox.
Yeah, Xbox, gaming, and
Yeah.
all kinds of shit. There's no bar. There's no drinking anymore.
Which is ridiculous. God, that was fun. Going out with the boys and just tying it on. Coming up with real ideas. Really hammering shit out so you can go to the boss and say, this is how we see it starting. This is how we want to play it. This is how it can end. This is how much money we think we'll all make off of it. Promoters love that. They don't do that anymore. Everybody just show up, sit down, wait to be told what to do, and then go do it. And it shows.
Yeah. I mean, I saw it firsthand when I did the show last in September. When I made my return to the ring. Everybody's real respectful and nice in the locker room, but it was that vibe. Like, okay, no one's doing anything. No one's fucking gonna go party. They're just there. It's a script, right? You show up. Here's your script. Go out there, do your match. Boom. You go back to your room. That was it. That was the vibe I got. It's like none of these people are gonna be throwing down, drinking, or doing anything.
God, I remember back in the old days when they would hand us a piece of paper with what they wanted us to say on it. We'd go,
yeah, just crumble it up.
What's your bullet point, dude? Just give us your bullet points. I'm not going to memorize your stupid ass words.
Yeah. Give me the bullet points, what you want us to talk about, and then we'll make everything else happen. Yeah.
Stupid.
Hey, yeah.
This is what we want you guys to say. What?
I used to see some people write their fucking matches on a paper, dude, and like they were fucking rehearsing for a play, dude. Seriously.
Yeah.
Look, I'm like, walked by this one guy, and I was like, I can't remember his name, and it's like, damn, dude, is that your whole match? Well, yeah. I said, is that move for move? Well, yeah. I was like, wow. I said, hands down to you. How you gonna remember all of this? Like, I couldn't remember all that.
Why would you want to remember all that? Don't you know how to work?
It's you talk about a few things and then you just work the rest of it out. But it was wild. It wasn't on one piece of paper, dude. It was like on two sides. Like he was literally reading it, turning it over, and reading it. It's like, holy shit.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah. Hip toss, knee drop.
You know, Chris, we should do that. We should write out a 45-page script. And we can have a 3-hour match.
Yeah.
And we'll remember everything. Hold for hold, move for move, and fuck for fuck. It'll be great.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, it would.
Front and back, 45 pages.
It's funny you say that. I heard that Steamboat's and Randy's match. Yeah. Did you hear about that?
Yeah. It's true.
It's scripted. It was like complete. I was like, holy shit. They actually remembered everything. I was like, wow.
Well, you know how Randy was. He wrote the fucking match out and handed it to Steamboat and said, memorize it. And then he would randomly quiz Steamboat. Oh, so what are we going to do after the drop down? All right. I mean, I don't think I would have enjoyed working with Savage, not one bit.
No, not at all. Just... yeah, it'd be fucking scripted match. That's
not bashing Savage. Savage is a goddamn general. He's a legend for the ages. He'll never be forgotten. But I wouldn't want to have wrestled him. I don't think that would have gone well.
I don't think so either. Yeah. We tried to book him a long time ago, but he wanted
$10,000. Yeah.
All right, thanks,
because I like California. I'll give you guys a break. A break? 10,000 is a break? Yeah. First class, though, from Florida. You got to play my security guy, too. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Randy. Maybe we'll give Landy a call, book him instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 first-class tickets. Yeah, 10,000. You got me for the whole day. Yeah. No, we're good.
Yeah. Thanks for talking with Randy. Have a good one.
Well, all right then. Bye now. Anyway, I think with all those stupid little anecdotes and shit, I mean, I'm kind of out of things to say, except for to remind everybody that this is the Antisocial Network. You're watching WrestleShoot right now. We got lots of good shits up around here. I mean, what we got? We got Ghosted, of course. We do Gut Shank Theater once a month. We got Misbehaven's Red Rum. We got That's a Podcast, Play the Tape. We got Charlie and Rocks from Midnight Paranormal about to launch their podcast. We got Nick who's going to do his comedy pod skit. We got all kinds of good shit coming. We have always got room for more. If you want to come do your show somewhere where you'll be totally uncensored, even if it's a pre-recorded show and you just want a time slot over here, we'd be happy to feature you. I'm Rob Wilds. Send me over a Facebook. Look for this fucking face right here. Wherever you see this fucking face, you send that guy a fucking message. Capiche?
Smile. Do a little smile, Rob.
No.
Smile.
No.
Smile for the
Don't
camera. Come on.
fucking boss me.
But we don't discriminate here. We want any type of show. The more diverse, the better. The more controversial, the better. Send your
Really,
ideas.
just be creative. Like, what do you got? Because people have
Yeah.
ideas, but they think, oh, this is crazy.
No, it's not.
It's not. Let's try it. Fuck, we do crazy fucking 7 days a week and twice on Sundays. Let's give it a shot.
Sometimes you gotta throw something and see if it sticks. So if you have that wild idea, bring it to us.
And over here, we don't want any we don't want any claim over your intellectual property. We don't want no ownership of your show. We just kind of want to mix your brand with Psycho in with our brand of Psycho.
Yeah, it's a recipe for success.
That's fucking A right. Anything you want to get out there in closing, Chris? When's your next gig?
So my next gig is November 30th over in Houston area.
Melvin, right?
Over in Houston. I'll be having the rematch with Fuezo Divina again.
Oh, you gotta quit fucking with that girl.
Got lucky, beat me last time. I was unprepared. I was off my game. But this time I will not be off my game.
Well, I mean,
understand something now, Fueza Divina.
Hmm.
The real deal, Chris Casanova, is back.
Fucking A. Ugh. But after that, you're going to let it go, right? You're going to go out there, you're going to spank her little fucking hiney, you're going to put her fucking shoulders down, trace, and then it's over, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Deuce.